And good evening to you, Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley, live with you right now. And I'll tell you, we're getting ready for a couple of different things. We're getting ready for heat and humidity to come back in some way, and then we're getting ready for it to really come back next week with a big heat wave on the move. We're also watching for the chances of some pop-up thunderstorms as we go into tomorrow and into this weekend as well. So we got a lot to talk about. Thanks for joining us here on Live Weather Impact, as always, at 6:30 here on WFMY+. Currently across the area, temperatures, well, they depend on where you are a little bit. It's in the 70s in the mountains, low 80s in the foothills, mid 80s and upper 80s across our Piedmont Triad area right now. It didn't get quite as hot as I was expecting for today, a little bit lower on the temperature side. We're not tracking anything for you on radar or satellite right now across the Carolinas. We've got a lot of blue sky, and that's really about it. No thunderstorms anywhere close to us. Across the country, a little bit of difference depending on where you are. We've got some showers and thunderstorms causing a little trouble in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Farther off to the west, there's some issues over in this part of the country as well, from Oklahoma to Missouri. But for us, we are on the dry side, and that's kind of where we'll be through tonight. You might have enjoyed the cool nights and the cool mornings. They're starting to go away from us. So we're not really expecting that any longer as we go into this evening. Temperatures will be a little slower to cool down, and into tomorrow you can see down into the upper 60s to right around 70. That's how you'll start your day. And with that, we're looking ahead at temperatures getting into the upper 80s to near 90 for Friday afternoon. That's part one. With the humidity increasing, though, it's going to at least allow or make it possible for a couple of thunderstorms to pop up. Not in the morning, we'll be dry then, but by the middle of the day, right away, noon, 2, 3 o'clock, that's when we could start to see a couple of pop-ups in the area. And a few of them, well, they could put down some decent rainfall. It's just a question of where they'll be. So we'll be tracking that for you on the evening shows for this your Friday. After that, going into the weekend, Saturday, very similar. It'll be a little hotter there, so there might be a little extra fuel to the fire. And that might allow for a couple of stronger showers or thunderstorms, but still not that many of them on Saturday. Beyond that, Sunday should be in a similar position. We'll look at that for Sunday midday and afternoon as having some chances for thunderstorms, but it'll all just depend on where they end up popping up. So that's kind of where we're headed. Next week is going to be a different story. It'll be all about the heat and some humidity as well. And that's really where we're going with a big heat wave setting up by the middle of next week. As far as the rain goes, we really badly need some. You know, the drought map came out for today, and they didn't really change it much at all. You might have remembered last week, that's where we're seeing the big changes where all the rainfall kept on popping up from place to place. Well, with all the rain that we got, it didn't even change the drought at all. It's not even different. So basically this week is the same as it was last week. So essentially, to put it another way, we got rainfall and it hit the ground and it did its thing, but it didn't change the fact that the lakes are low, the streams are low, the impacts are still bad. In fact, Boone is putting into effect some water restrictions today, by July 1st is when they're implementing them for a lot of people having to change their behavior. So keep that in mind as we go into the next several weeks. We still badly need the rainfall. Part of the reason we'll have a better chance to get some storms over the next couple of days does have to do with the position of that front as well. But once we get into early next week, we're not going to be able to get storms once we get beyond Monday. After that, this huge high pressure area is really going to dominate. And so by Wednesday, it's positioned overhead. It'll make it a lot easier for showers and, a lot easier for the heat to just be the only factor. It's going to push on the earth so much that we're not able to see rising air, showers and storms and those kind of things in our area. So we're looking at dry and hot. Dry and hot, not in a low humidity sense, it'll still be humid, but dry weather, no thunderstorms, and very hot weather too, settling into early next week. So that's kind of where we're going. I think computer models are probably a little overzealous with the numbers here, but they are throwing around triple-digit heat from time to time, and that would be starting coming up on next Wednesday going into Thursday and Friday. So we are already pretty confident about this, that Wednesday, Thursday, probably into Friday and Saturday as well, are all going to be at that heat advisory level for us, the kind of the time where you start to get concerned about this. And this is going to impact the 4th of July going into that weekend. So get ready for some impacts when it comes to heat, humidity. And what do? Well, you take it easy, you limit your outside activity, stay cool and hydrated as you're able. So that's kind of where we're going in the near term. Sure, it's going to be hot. Sure, it'll be pretty humid, but it's a bit more, let's say, regular Carolina summer heat. Something going on with my graphic here. It just decided to fix itself. But you can see here the heat index over the weekend and through Monday and Tuesday, kind of a little more typical for our summer. But by Wednesday, it's definitely popping off the page, and that's kind of where we're headed after that. As far as the weekend forecast goes, we said it clearly, Saturday and Sunday, both going to be fairly hot. They should be a little on the humid side as well, and they will have a chance of a pop-up storm from time to time. But the chances are just that. They're just chances right now. They're not guarantees. So if you're trying to water your garden or keep things alive out there, I do think those are still going to be things you're having to do. The watering, unfortunately, not doing all that much in our drought, but it's going to be a concern for a little while longer. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast here all at once. Lots of heat and humidity on the way. It's kind of regular heat through the weather of Monday. And then after that, we get hotter and more humid through the middle and end of next week. The big heat wave starts coming up on Wednesday. And don't forget, for the weekend, we are looking at chances of pop-up storms that could be on the strong side on occasion. So we'll be looking at that for you as well. That's your weather. We're coming back in just about 2 minutes to talk about all things across the weather world. That's next.